All right, we're recording. Okay, don't worry. We can fix it all in the mix, okay? Let's get a sound check. Then give us a sound check.
Hey, no.
BBC. Perfect. All right, Ginger Ales episode 1. Ready?
Yeah.
Right, here we go. Theme tune time. Ginger.
Ales.
Ales.
Ginger.
Ales.
Ales.
Ginger.
Ales.
Ales.
Ginger. Ales. You did it.
That was brilliant.
Did it.
I think that's it. That's it. Done it in one take.
I'm really pleased.
We've got a number 1 on our hands, boys.
Oh,
We have.
smashed it. Well done, Britt.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, hello and welcome to episode 1 of the Ginger Ales podcast. Thanks for joining us to the Ginger Ales podcast. We are ginger, most of us, and we are ales. So this podcast, I think, is about beer. Yeah, it's about beer. And
That's all I'm here for.
That's all we're all here for, you know. And like crafty beer and what stuff we like, what stuff we've been drinking, what stuff we might be able to recommend, how to like beer, how to even enjoy beer. So my name is Matt, or M-Man, and I like drinking craft beer, but I don't like dark beer. So that's something for me to work on. I'd like to introduce my motley crew of chums. I don't even know what to call you, Iain. I call you Len. I call you Iain.
Start with Iain,
Let's
and then
start.
go from there.
Oh, I just want to say as well, my favourite beer is the Electric Bears Cradle of Filth. That's my favourite at the moment. So Iain/Len/Iain, who are you? What do you do? And what are you doing here?
Hello, Stella. My name's Iain, and I'm from Wowgate.
Don't give them your address. No, do not give them your address.
Nowhere near
deep like morning. Yeah, I love me ales. Been drinking ales, man and boy, legally exhaust. And I like them all. I do. There's probably not a type of ale I don't like.
Even the really dark ones.
Even the super dark. Turn your doodah turtley.
Turn your clag and your stomach.
I drink them all. I do enjoy them. I know. And my favourite beer. I mean, that's it. As I said, I like them all. It's a difficult one for me to really do. I'd have to say, can you come back to me?
We can come back to you
each week, bro, that I'm really enjoying, and that I think we'll talk about.
How long? This will go about 40 minutes. So what time should we come back to you to find out your favourite beer?
About 39 minutes in, we do it.
All right, we'll move on to the other member, the non-ginger, but the veritable Beer Yoda. What this man doesn't know about beer, I don't know about breathing.
Beer.
Wow. Thank you for the intro.
Gary, who's also the son of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I am known as GBC. I still don't know why.
I want this.
Gary Boy Campbell, is that right?
Whoa! It's close. It's Gary Boy Campbell.
Bad, GBC.
When's the last time you saw Don?
When did I last see my father? It's been a while now. Been many years. Yeah.
The
name came about because you guys sang me Gary Boy instead of Danny Boy when we first went out on the ale trail around South London, and then it was Gary Boy and then Gary Boy Campbell, and that's it. I'm GBC now, aren't I?
The Beer Yoda.
Well, yeah, that's a bit of pressure there to put me on, but yeah, I know what I like. I know what I like, and I like a lot. I've got an extensive palette of for different flavours. I do prefer the paler ales generally, but I do also like the darker ones too, the dark pluggy ones. But yeah.
So a real gamut then, isn't it? It's you like. I mean, I think that's somewhere that I'd really like to be at some point in mind.
Yeah, we're trying to get you there, aren't we? We're trying
to
get
you
there. We want you to
one
be able
day
to drink one with, pleasure though. That would be instead of just sort of.
I mean, that is the dream. That really is the dream, to get me from the light to the dark.
Yeah.
But so Gary, what would you say?
Different to Yoda in a way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Star Trek, Star Wars, it's all over
Space gun.
Space gun, bang bang. We'll try and keep the sci-fi to a minimum here, unless people want to hear more, in which case I'll pour myself out, get myself a bloody what's that thing? That stick?
Start splitting up on Doctor Who and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, nanu. Gary, what's your favourite beer at the moment?
I mean, it changes. I think that's the problem that Iain's trying to decide. I have a favourite for a while, then it changes. What did I drink recently that I really enjoyed? I mean, again, we're talking cask or keg.
We're talking anything. Now, I know you're a bit of a fan of the old Big Smoke. Right? Iain, this is a stupid question, isn't it, really? And I think it's stupid for me to have a favourite beer. But no.
It's beer at the moment, definitely. I mean, from memory, this has been a hot topic for you because of the amount of booze we've been able to sort of get through and taste and try. It's no wonder that these things can alter. There was the time you had the old the
Florida Vice days.
Florida
Vice. I was in love with that beer. Yeah. Zoom time as well. Another one. Yeah. So I think maybe it's almost wrong to say you have a favourite beer, right? Perhaps to rephrase the question, and perhaps I could learn this for future episodes of this illustrious podcast journey that we're all on together, is what are you enjoying right now?
That's
not right now, literally, but what's a beer that you kind of gone to and gone, do you know what? That ain't all good. Len, I'll throw it to you while Gary deliberates.
I think. I guess
watching a man get up. You waiting for the police to roll you?
I'm keeping an eye out. Mrs. just put some black bin liners around a chest of drawers.
And what was in the black bin liners?
Yeah. I'll look in a minute.
Body parts.
Exactly.
So I think for me, the Zoom Time's one I've gone to more recently.
It's very good.
And the Cradle.
So Zoom Time,
very delicious, very refreshing for this time of year.
Oh, absolutely. So Zoom Time is from Loch Lomond. You can get it in Lidl if you're very lucky, or they're very hard to come by. We might do. Actually, the beer I've got to review today is a Loch Lomond, not Zoom Time, but a very good shout. GBC's gone.
You know what?
No,
I don't blame him.
I'm back.
Gary, what's a beer you like at the moment?
Well, I tell you what, it has just come to me. One that it's a real go-to beer that I love, and it's just a session pale, and it's called Towers of London, or it might be called Tower of London. I'm not sure.
Oh, right.
I think it's Towers of London by the East London Brewery. And it's only 3.8%. It's a real session one, but it's so light and hoppy. It's guaranteed to make you go after every sip. And it's just they do it at my local M&S. It's a sort of real go-to one, and they've rebranded actually lately. And oh, sorry, this is probably a completely different topic, but I have to say, quite often when breweries rebrand and they do different sort of styles of logos and everything on the cans, you think, oh God, it's always awful. But this was the opposite. It went from awful to really good.
What's it called? Towers of London.
Tower of London or Towers of London? I can't remember which.
We'll do a Google.
We'll do a Google. We might even do an episode on it. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun, listeners, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Steady on, Len.
Steady, bro.
So that's who we are. I'll give you a little bit more of a potted history of this motley crew of people. We call each other the Golden Boys. That's few and far between right now. But we had a go at a couple of bits, didn't we, Ian? We did a YouTube channel, which was along the same theme, wasn't it, Booze? So the first ever video we did was at the Bison Brewery in Brighton. Yeah. Now, the issue with that video, and it was a great video. You should have seen it. Was beautiful. Now, the issue with that
you wouldn't have heard much.
You wouldn't have heard much at all because for some reason the audio didn't record. So it was a bit like, I don't know, it was a bit like a weird, dodgy, silent film thing. But needless to say, we got at least 2 views from me.
We did get a couple of views.
And
not just you and me watching it.
And I think the other one after that was pretty much a cry for help. So we eased away from YouTube, but now we're back with a podcast. So that's a little bit of a history. And then we all met each other. Really, I've known Iain for 30-something years, I think.
Give or take, why not, bro? Yeah,
absolutely mental. And we met Gary while we were working for a local authority. We won't say which one.
Probably, back in 2016 or something.
26, it's been a long old time.
Yeah.
And we bonded over our love of beer.
Beer, of course, yes.
And of our favourite pub in the world, the Hope in Carshalton. And if that doesn't give you some indication of where we were based, and the fact that Iain mentioned where he lived, and I've got his address on the screen now, then wipe me dry. You know when you've been tango. So, Iain, we're on to the news.
Oh, the news.
Yes.
It's been busy, isn't it?
It's been a funny old time, hasn't it? Bloody hell, we've got an extra time limit. We've got a gift. We've been upgraded with that fucking good.
You do that? How do you do that?
It's just they can see quality seeping out of every orifice of our being. Len, what's in the news?
What's in it? Wow.
Tell us about the Super League.
Wow, they said it would never happen.
And it did.
Wrong. It never ever did. I mean, when I listened to all that news, I had a pint, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that will live with me long beyond before my days.
2 days it lasted, wasn't it, that Super League?
2 illustrious days. 2 days when the Irons could have won the league. But we're not here to talk about football. I've got some news for you.
Oh, please.
I've got some beer news, which I would like to hear your opinion of. And maybe the listeners, they could type in on their keyboards or something, you know. But be nice, man. We've all got
yeah. Tell them.
Tell them it's really good. So, Brewdog is collaborating with Tony's Chocolonely on a raspberry and white chocolate milkshake flavoured IPA.
My God.
Did you know that? Now, my girlfriend loves Tony's Chocolonely. Bloody loves it. It is bloody pricey. That, to me, sounds either horrible or absolutely beautiful.
So where's
Tony
from? Who's Tony? Why has he got involved?
Right, Tony Chocolonely is like I said. I think it's a Dutch chocolate company.
Okay.
Nice. They make very nice chocolate. If they want to sponsor us, that's absolutely fine.
Oh yeah, a couple of boxes our way.
Absolutely, you'd be sick as a dog
Kind of charity, isn't it?
So they're doing a collab with Brewdog, and it's going to be a white chocolate milkshake flavored IPA.
Sure.
Now that could either be beautiful or absolutely rancid, I'd say.
Yeah, will it really sort of stick to your gums, sort of thing? Sort of
very thick. Imagine that's incredibly thick.
Yeah.
Will that be in a chocolate bar form?
Oh,
it's got quite a funky can, actually.
That's it.
Wow.
It looks.
Instagram.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah, we'll post a picture up on our channels.
Oh, that sounds. Can I just quickly interject? That's slightly unrelated, but I was completely off the mark with my Tower of London beer.
Oh, fantastic!
It's called something completely different. Well, it's called Beyond the Tower. So that is Beyond the Tower, and it's by the East London Brewery, and it is an IPA with Citra, Chinook, Madarina, and Bavaria hops.
Oh,
combo. It's called Beyond the Tower.
Thank
Beyond
you,
the Tower. Okay, we'll fix that. We'll fix that in the mix. No, we won't. But we can. Well, let's review it. Let's review it. We can't do it for episode 2. I've got plans for episode 2, but perhaps episode 4. So that if you haven't smashed the subscribe button now and clicked a couple of likes, I don't know what you're doing with your life. So that was the news. Wow, we did it. I'm getting a phone call. Anyway, so now we're on to
the fans collaborating.
Can you imagine the clown? Who's ringing me? What are you ringing? I'm doing a podcast. Yeah. Right, so we're now moved swiftly on. Oh, that's Gary who texted me. God, can you imagine how long it's going to take to edit this together to make anything? It's going to be great, isn't it? Right, now we're talking about beer.
Cool.
And we're talking about what are we going to review today. Now, have I got a little trick? I'll go first. Right, I've even got. Look at how high tech we are. I've got my lovely glass from Thornbridge.
Oh, that's a very nice glass.
And what I am drinking today is a lovely can of Loch Lomond. Brave Hop. 179 from Lidl.
It is.
So I don't know why I didn't just have it in my glass, really. But we can put up our beer reviews. I think it's really, really good. It's I should probably read some facts about it, shouldn't I? So I would really recommend this one. I think the Loch Lomond range in general, the ones I've tried have been absolutely amazing. You can get them from Lidl. I think all their beer is fantastic, particularly the Zoom Time, which used to be available at Lidl. It was a lovely New England IPA. It was my favourite beer of all time. I know I'm a flippant so-and-so, and I will flip and tweet. I think they're a fantastic brewery. I think everything I've tried has been bang on. I will drink this now. This is a 6% beer. It's got stuff in it. 6%, you know, it's got Columbus and Chinook hops with a marmalade, fine aroma, a caramel and apricot flavour, bittersweet finish. Ooh. It's strong
pale in colour, but not
strong.
It's a darker side of pale. That
I'll edit this. I think I'm always going to be a bit of a hazy fan. But this as a pale, I think is absolutely fantastic. And for £1.79, there you go. That's what it looks like.
Brilliant.
That's a bit darker than your normal standard.
It is a bit darker, but sometimes, you know, when you can't spend all that money on getting a big old order, and sometimes you need to go. And this is another thing that I wanted to talk about. You know, the availability of beers. You know, sometimes you haven't always got that money to blow on getting them shipped in from a brewery. Somewhere. Sometimes you just
lids.
I think some of Lidl's beers, especially having Loch Lomond, I think are always absolutely amazing. That is a beautiful, beautiful IPA. It's a little strong for my liking, if I'm honest, but I'm not driving today. Well, I'm not doing anything today. So I thoroughly recommend it. So I would give that on price, £1.79 a can. It's a big can as well. It's 450
litres. 500 mil.
I've got the last one in the Lidl's near where I live.
We'll come.
No clues.
That'll be the Lidl in Littlehampton.
That's it, Littlehampton. You just take the boat out to a little island just off the coast of that, and you'll find my little hut in the middle of paradise. I'm going to give it a very strong. I'm going to give it a 7.9 wobbly eggs.
Ooh.
So you've taken 7 wobbly eggs, and then you've really cut them, and you've put the shell on as well.
Right.
It's a lovely beer. I'm really
brilliant.
7.9 out of 8. Out of 10.
Out of 8. I mean, it's not that good, Gary. It's pretty good. But yeah, I think anyone listening, help me. But I think if you can get down Lidl and you find something, I mean, the thing with Lidl is you've got your goods and your bads, right? This is not. I mean, it's not a green gecko.
No,
it's a proper brewery.
It is.
Nothing against that other brewery, but this one.
Is it though? Is it like I don't? I mean, it is meant. They make up a brewery name, don't they? For skip lids.
I think it's like Brookwood, Bockerwood.
That's it.
Yeah. Haverwood. That's it.
You nailed it.
Haverwood.
My question with that is: do they have a tap room?
No, they don't even have a tap.
Can you buy Haverwood beer products anywhere else? And there's nothing wrong with them, but I just think if you can get Loch Lomond, which is a damn fine brewery.
Can I just say something? I am most frustrated because my local Lidl in the area that I live in.
Oh, in Skegness, isn't it? Yeah.
Skeggy. Yeah. Skeggy Lidl. Skeglids. They never have, or sometimes they only have one by the Loch Lomond Brewery.
Man.
And that is it. I've only ever had, and I can't bloody remember the name, but it wasn't Zoom Time and it wasn't Break.
No, they do another one as well, which I can't remember.
That's what the one.
Is. Which is not bad.
Okay, but I don't ever seem to have it in my Lidl.
Oh.
So I'm like quite jealous hearing you say about your availability of Lomond booze, because I might have to go up to Loch Lomond myself and go buy in bulk.
That's not a bad shout for an episode, is it? We do it from the lot.
Yeah.
I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? You just get lucky, especially in the they've always got steam brew or steam bra. No, but they've done something.
Your big can as well, isn't it?
I don't want to get controversial, but there's a conspiracy with Steam Brown. They started filling their IPAs with lager, and I allegedly I can't vouch for that. It was a great IPA. It was an amazing IPA. And then suddenly I started buying some cans. It tastes like lager. Something's happened there, and I will never buy it. But you had it, Gary. You had the Steam Brow.
I've had the original Steam Bra.
And it was great. The Steam Bra. That's your dad talking again then. That's in paradise.
Steam Bra. And that was nice. Yeah, it was
amazing.
It was actually like, was it a 4.9 or 5%? And it tasted less than that. Very drinkable, yeah. But there's me saying, actually, I'm saying that, I take it back. That's all they have these days. They don't even have that. They just have the Haverwood. Some weird cider.
There's nothing wrong with the green gecko. We've all grown up on gecko.
We've all had that, man.
We've all had that lovely metallic tint to our beer.
The real tang.
But I can't go back. Call me a Philistine. Call me what you want. Bring it on. That's famous. We'll cut that bit out. So
don't tell them that.
No, don't tell them that. And for God's sake, don't put your address out there because they are evil.
What's that? Wyoming.
That's it. Wyoming. Anyway, on that bombshell, that's my beer of the month because we ain't doing these weekly. So, Iain.
Yes, Greg.
What are you drinking and what do you think about it?
Well, I mean, while we were talking, I drunk it. So, done. I like this one.
I like Stalk Margarine because
I've only got
And
Patchwork Rocket Pale Ale, forged in Cornwall by the
Ooh.
Five Round Brewing Company, 4.2% ABV, with Mosaic and Apollo hops. Delish. Yeah, it's nice. It's got a bit of oomph to it, and I drank it super fast as we started this podcast. So, poem there for you.
That was beautiful, Wordsworth.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. It was worth drinking. It's probably not a sessioner because it just felt a bit heavy, but it's fine. I've moved on to other beers now, so we're good to go. I liked it. I liked just having a booze and.
I mean, if you neck it, it's very quaffable. What's the percentage?
Absolutely. Come again?
I think. What's the percentage on it?
4.2.
Yeah, so you get it down and then live your life afterwards.
Yeah, I know. Nice beer. Nice beer. I know.
I think you did. I think you gave me one of them before.
I think I did. Were you happy with it?
I liked it. I did. I genuinely liked it. I was a little bit like, oh, would it be a bit? I don't know, because it didn't
heavy.
Well, I mean, I'm a bit of a git for I love it, but that's a nice old can, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to say, are you influenced by the look of the
Definitely.
can?
Oh, massively.
We all are, I think. You know,
we all are.
We admit it or not.
Let's have a look at the can again, then.
Yeah, bro.
The thing is, I quite like. I like that. I like
that. It's a bit retro. Do you think?
Yeah, isn't it?
That's why I like it.
Squares.
I am retro.
Yeah, true that.
Well, how many eggs would you give it in?
I would give it a 6.3 wobbly eggs out of 10.
So it's not. You wouldn't come back to it.
I wouldn't come back to it. I've got more downstairs than I was drinking.
Is that out of 6.4?
That could be exactly.
6.4.
It could be.
That's not bad.
That is pretty good. That's pretty good.
I just feel, it wouldn't be a go-to, but as part of a little session or a big session, any session, have it, drink it, enjoy it. Yeah, well worth a sip. Grand. I'll tell you what I had the other day after a very different topic. There was that Czech beer that you hated.
Horrible. Well, there'll be an episode on Beer 52 at some point because it has to be said. But bring it then.
Well, I drank the Czech beer and I actually liked it, but only because, well, I'm me. That Czech ale, it was lovely. You hated it, of course you did. But
what sort of
it was
taste
rubbish.
Then? Is that anything like a Belgian?
It was almost a ruby sort of ale.
Yeah, that's why I didn't like it. I don't like ruby beers.
So did it
just had a real?
Did it have a gas? Did it have any was it injected with gas? Or...
It could have been. I mean, I don't want to.
It was injected with something that made it taste bloody.
Was it natural? Like natural.
Yeah, it was in a stubby bottle.
Yeah. No, I mean, it wasn't awful, but.
Is it a bit like a lead shoot or something like that from Belgium?
No, it wasn't particularly strong. Probably around 5%, but I just enjoyed it. It had a bit more body to it than I was expecting. I was expecting a sort of a lagery Czech sort of thing, but actually very nice. A bit more body to it. Enjoyable. And there we are.
Yeah. We've got an ongoing issue with Beer 52. Now, I don't want to disparage them because obviously,
slander, innit, or something.
Well, they're if you don't know who Beer 52 are, they're a beer subscription service. And you can they send you a box of beer every month, and it's all kind of randomized. I don't want to have a go, but they're not going to listen to this, are they? They were absolutely brilliant, and they were brilliant for quite a long time. And the beers they sent out were fabulous. But the last 2 boxes I've received have, they've been god awful. They've been really, really. There was the more in the most recent box. There was a more beer that was beautiful. The other 7, it tasted like horse piss. A lot of it. It was really bad, and they're quite cheeky. Beer 52, because you can't ever cancel, can you? It's impossible. it's impossible to cancel. So you're stuck with them till the day I die. I will be.
You're in for life.
So you can enjoy the good times. You know, when the beer's great, it's just a lot of fun.
That's the beauty of Beer 52.
You get those, you know, those scintillating highs and those devastating lows. You know, it's
the lows make you appreciate the highs. Maybe that.
I don't know. I mean, I just keep thinking
wasn't actually all that at all. It just wasn't shit.
Well, I think that maybe that's how their business model runs, right? They give you those shit boxes and you can't cancel, so you're thoroughly miserable. But then you get something amazing. You think, I'm so glad I stayed signed up to this. Even like if I ever gave up drinking or ever, you know, at least I know every 2 months I've got the basic box.
Absolutely.
So fingers crossed. I think when the next one comes, we'll do a review of a proper review of Beer 50.
All right.
Or any other subscription services that are out there.
Absolutely.
Well, what's flavour there? That's where I think I got my first. Actually, I think it was a few Loch Lomond ones.
Oh,
I think that's I introduced them as well. Yeah,
I got that one the other day from Flavourling.
What's that one? What's that? That's for the audio people. What's the taste? That's Loch Lomond Time to Fly Pale Ale. What's that one like? I bet it's delicious.
It's quite nice, actually. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, a lovely golden colour.
Yeah, for the tape, it's a pale ale. Yeah, it's got a lot more zest to it than the other ones I've been drinking. Kind of a bit of a lemon in there. I've got to be honest on the nose. And yeah, nice and crisp, very tasty. Yeah.
They are. I tell you what. If you take home anything from today's show, listeners, drink Loch Lomond. It's bad. Yeah. I think we can all agree. Although, Gary, have you ever had any Loch Lomond?
yes, but I can't unfortunately remember what they were because it was that long ago. So it was the Flavourly order, which was over a year ago, my one and only Flavourly order, and the time I managed to get one can from Lidl, which I can't remember the name of, but it wasn't Zoom time. That other one.
Yeah,
that you have.
The other one, the Jump for Glory or whatever it is.
Unfortunately, but I've got a few. Like, is it called Stewart? The Stewart Brewery or Stewart?
That's another Skidlets one.
That's another Skidlets one. Yeah, and I think they're pretty good as well.
I should have bought one today. I did see it. They do an American Pale Ale, and I was thinking about it. I think American Pale Ales, they can either be the best of things
or the worst of times.
All the worst of times, exactly. And I never remember. See, this is the thing with a Stewart Brewing beer, and I love you guys. Like, give us a shout out to Stewart Brewing something. I can't remember if your beer's great or crap. I can't remember. So surprise me.
Here comes something through the post.
Yeah, well, don't kill me. I live in the Isle of Man. Well, perhaps we can do that next time.
Yeah.
What do you think we could do, Stuart? Are they bland or are they grand? Oh, I like that. That even has
bland or grand.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. That's a new feature.
Well,
bland or grand.
That's unbelievable. Well, yeah, you're right, Gary. This is taking quite a long time, isn't it? Right. So we've done our beer reviews. What do you think? Not you. What? No. Well, you've already had your thoughts, but we'd like to know your thoughts. Send us a message at what are we called?
Ginger.
Send us a message at Ginger Ales Pod on Instagram or gingerales64 at hotmail.com. Is that right?
Gmail, Brad.
Gmail. Scrap that. I'll edit that out. Send us a message at gingerales64. And again, send us a message at gingerales64 at gmail.com and the soon-to-be created Twitter page that Ian's going to do and the YouTube page. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you do.
I'm going to be all over that.
Tell us where you are. So,
and you can come to us.
Well, that's coming up. So the next section. Can you imagine? And this is where we insert a lovely foreign accent because it's a lot of fun, and it seems to be. Can you imagine? Is a big hit word when people are learning English. So I never use it. I don't know about you. I never go, can you imagine? Like, I just don't.
Not really. It's not an everyday term.
No, it's almost like the guy who does the film trailers. Kind of like, it sounds to me like the inner world.
You imagine?
Yeah, can you exactly, GBC? Yeah. Can you imagine?
I think we say like, this sounds so xenophobic. It's not meant to be at all. I think we would say like, I couldn't believe it. Whereas I think if you're learning English, whereas I think if you're learning English, perhaps it's like, can you imagine? I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I reckon they definitely listen to like John Lennon while they're doing it. You know, they always listen to that song. And that way they're like, oh, I know that word.
Oh yeah, what the? Can you imagine? There's no heaven. That one.
Don't we?
it was the unedited version.
Oh, I see. That was what it was actually song was called "Can You Imagine." Now we know. Now
all
we
the
know.
people.
I blame Yoko.
What's that website?
Good. Oh, that's also for the greatest film ever. Birdemic Shock and Terror is the greatest film of all time. Google it. It's a great drinking film as well.
Oh,
because you can watch it every time a bird appears, drink, but you'll be sober for the first 40 minutes. So but then, for the rest of the film, you'll be completely dead. So that's but drink sensibly, guys, and never drive.
Oh, never.
Never ever drive. So, just a quick one. If you're watching on the video or the video elements of this, don't do that. Iain paid £30 for his T-shirt from China.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of merchandise. Completely fake, but beautiful.
100% not real.
Well, it took about a month to come there, didn't it?
It did.
God
it did take a long time.
Fantastic. So now, can you imagine, boys? And this month's Can You Imagine is, wait for it. Wait for it. Did you boys know? And did you all know? Not because I'm not doing this just for you. We're doing it for the world, really.
Millions.
Did you guys know that the best place in the world to see rainbows is? Where do you think? Where do you think the best place in the world?
I think it was the 80s. It was on like every other day, wasn't it?
Zippy and Bungle. Zippy and Bungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and George.
I
liked it when they played with their twangers.
Who didn't, mate? Who didn't?
I knew as a selling. I knew as I brought that fascinating Can You Imagine fact. I knew we'd get a little bit of Zippy and Bungle in
there. You'll have to edit that bit out. That's quite offensive.
Oh no, I'm going to edit more in.
Yeah, I've got a 20-minute bit on my program.
Well, Zoom luckily is giving us extra time, so I mean that's unbelievable. This really is a gift worth giving.
That good.
So apart from the 80s,
right? Where's the best place? Best place
to see rainbows. Yeah. Like, what, in the UK or the world? I forgot what you said.
Gary, the entire world, sir.
The entire world. I would say.
I'll give you a clue.
Niagara Falls.
Oh, it's close, but not that close.
Oh.
But you're warm. You're warm. You're on the right continent.
Whoa! Which one's that one?
The Americas.
It's in the Americas. We're going to get there quite quickly, but it's a lot of fun getting there.
I don't know. Is it somewhere in South America?
No.
Okay, I'll give up.
No, not really. It's part of North America.
Oh,
okay. But it may not be where you think.
Is it in Canada?
No.
Alaska?
No.
Oh. Oh,
I'm going to give you a clue.
priest prayer.
Where does your dad live, Gary?
Oh.
What? Oh.
Just remember, there's no ice in paradise.
In paradise, bruh.
Is it California? California? I've forgotten now.
Oh,
It's been a long time
while,
since I spoke to my dad.
Yeah. No, it's not there. Iain, where's
Iain, where does my dad live?
It's on the islands. On the islands. Around Hawaii, and that sort of area.
Very good. It is
one of those Hawaiian islands.
Where actually, I do think Dog has moved now since. Funny old business. Anyway, lovely man. So yeah, the best place in the world to see rainbows is Hawaii.
Why are you,
Can you imagine?
Why are you,
Can you imagine?
Why are
I can
you?
imagine.
Can you imagine?
Do you
I
deliver?
imagine getting arrested and seeing a rainbow. Yeah.
And being arrested by Dr. Bounty Hunter himself.
Exactly.
Being offered a cigarette, bro.
Oh,
No ice in paradise, bro. So there we go. That was this month's Can You Imagine? Look out for more Can You Imagines when we do this again. If we do. Right. And now it's time.
Oh.
Production qualities will go up given if we get 2 subscribers. The big interview.
Oh.
That was quite loud, wasn't it? I can't hear that at all, Iain. You could have been doing something that I won't want to say on international broadcast media. That's it. We're on camera.
Well, too late. We can edit that bit
out.
So,
Gary Boy Chapman. Now, we all know how, I'm going to swear a bit, how bollocks lockdown was.
Yeah.
It was absolutely terrible. Stuck inside, complete bollocks. Stuck inside, can't do now. But there is one person, the veritable Beer Yoda, who smashed the pants off lockdown every single week, right? I'm stuck in me flat in Dunfermline, checking me Instagram or checking me WhatsApp, and he's at a different brewery. He's getting loads and loads of beers. His fridge is completely stocked. So, Gary, tell me, how did you do it and why?
I did it mainly because I like to support small businesses and I like booze a lot.
Hey, that's the most beautiful quote I've ever heard in my entire life. Fantastic.
I didn't like the fact that there was some sort of tax thing that was going on with the massive breweries. They screwed over these little breweries.
Yeah.
So that was the only reason I did visit all these little micros, but it's not really
best reason.
That's the only reason.
One of the reasons. But so I think it just started with like we were desperate to go and do something outside of our radius of the back garden and the house. Walks and all that. So we worked out that there was a brewery not too far from my location called the Surrey Hills Brewery.
I don't know where you live now. They do now.
It's up near Loch Lomond.
It's an ironic name.
It's a great brewery.
It's I don't know. No one really knows why it's called Surrey Hills because it's in Kent, but and
that's Kent, Massachusetts.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah. No, this is Kent in central Russia. Good.
St. Peter's, Kent.
Good.
Hawaii.
Slash.
So we sort of like thought, well, let's just go down there because it's not far, and we want to get us some booze because that's the other thing. My missus, she likes a booze as well,
which is very handy.
I mean, beer.
Yeah,
she loves a pint or 2 or 3. She loves ales. She loves keg, cask, craft, whatever you call it. Loves it all.
Yeah,
and that's great because we both got that exact same interest. So she worked it out. It wasn't that far away. We went down there. It was very sad actually because the fella, the head brewer, this was back in, oh my God, lockdown 1. When was that? She was
back in March.
Talking March, April, May.
Yeah.
Head brewer I mean, there was a queue. There was a few people there queuing up, which was a nice sign. And but he was saying how you know, they're basically on their knees. He's not sure if they're going to survive. They brew for pubs mainly. They do a few bottles and takeouts, but they supply loads of pubs locally, and even, you know, going into, I suppose, London a bit as well. Yeah, we were like really. I felt really. He was quite emotional actually. He seemed quite stoked up.
Yeah,
and I think it was 2019. Iain will know this because it was the British Beer Festival. Shop won champion beer. So that was like, that's their main beer, you know.
Massive for them.
What did they win it for? Surrey Hills?
Champion beer.
Beer drop, champion beer.
Oh, amazing! Yeah,
it's a big.
I love it. Sheer drop. That is a banging. That's a lovely beer.
So you know, to go from like 2019, the award-winning brewery, which is massive thing, to like, I don't know if we're going to survive the next 2 months. It's like,
crazy.
That's tragic.
So we bought fucking shitloads of beer.
Yeah, good for you. Absolutely, yeah.
All the sheer drop, all the Ranmore, all that. Oh, and they were doing this other one called so they do this thing called the beer called Guilt
Complex.
Guilt Complex.
They do. They were doing a limited edition, different version of it called Guilt Trip.
Yeah,
delicious. I preferred it. It was really nice, and they're going to do it again, I think. But it was so we got shitloads of that as well. But yeah, so we started going down there. We went down to Surrey Hills Brewery probably 3 times in that first lockdown, and then we started like, I can't remember when all the restrictions relaxed a bit, and we were in and out of all these different lockdowns.
Well, I think was it summertime, because we were able to go to a pub at least outside, weren't we? Like sort of July.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's almost
July
like
August time. It was.
Yeah.
So then we went down to this other tiny. I mean, it's a nano brewery, even smaller than a micro brewery, on this farm near Farnham, near Frensham Ponds. It used to be called Frensham Brewery, but they've changed it to Craft Brews. I prefer the old name, to be honest. It's a different owner. Does some great beers, and he does a really nice IPA, low alcohol IPA called IPL, India Pale Low, and it's like 3.2% or something. That's really nice. All cask, sorry Matt, all cask.
Well, you know, I live to learn and to develop.
a lot of pale. It does a lot of pale ones, and but the setting's great. I think I might WhatsApp you a picture of me with cows in the background, you know, drinking.
Yeah.
And one of your comments was, you know, you want to go. You know, I always send pictures of like rural scenes and nice pubs.
It's the most beautiful kind of picturesque spots in the United Kingdom, and then Gary's there drinking a load of booze, and I'm stuck in Inverness.
Yeah, but you're near other places.
Still a lovely part of the world.
Yeah. So yeah, we went down there. Went down there a couple of times. Shall I just? Do you know what? I had to ask the missus today. I said, I think these are the breweries that we went to together.
Oh yeah, please, yeah. And we'll put a link up.
And she said to me, no, we went to so and so.
Amazing. And we'll put a link up to all the breweries in the social media bollocks as well.
For sure.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I'll read you the ones we went to, and I'll say roughly how many times I think we went to each one.
And how many eggs would you give them as well? How many eggs?
Oh, okay. Well, Surrey Hills Brewery. I've always been a big fan. I would give them 8.9 eggs out of 10.
Whoa,
and they best be wobbly ones, mine as well.
What does that mean?
They've got to be wobbly eggs.
They've got to be big.
Let's start again. 8.9 wobbly eggs
right.
out of 10. I've got you now. Get it? Yeah. So yeah.
Gary's the normal one.
I like that. I've never been called that in my life.
The only person who will put up with being Iain. The only person.
Well, it works both ways because no.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, hang on. What do you
He's
mean?
adopted us, and we've adopted him.
Hey.
Yeah, as long as you don't talk about wrestling.
Well, we'll keep that for next episode. Well, actually, there's nothing. I've got a wrestling question, but for later on.
Right. I'll read the list. Right. So Surrey Hills. Then we went to Craft Brew near Craft Brews near Frensham Ponds. Yeah. And I'll give them 8.4 wobbly eggs.
That's a pretty wobbly egg.
I might be influenced a little bit by the location, because it is like a quintessential British countryside location. It's just beautiful. You've got a river going by. You've got it's next to this dairy farm, and the cows literally walk by the brewery to go and get. Literally, you stop on the track on the car while the cows are crossing. They know the time. They know it's time to go and get milk. They go and get milk, and then they fuck off again. It's a weird thing called it's a raw milk brewery. Anyway, anyway, so you've got cows all over the place as well. Yeah. Lovely surroundings, and lovely people, lovely beer. They've got this massive courtyard, and the sun's always seems to be shining. It's really nice. So I don't know if this is in the right order exactly, so I do apologise, but I think it was after that we went to the Hepworth Brewery, which is just out of Surrey into Sussex, just sort of south of Horsham, and we just went to their brewery shop. They didn't have a brewery tap open, so we were on the way to the house and just got loads of bottles in there and some takeouts. Oh yeah, and got a free bag as well. So that was.
Was it a tote bag, a plastic carrier? Was it a knapsack?
Not a carrier bag, before you say it. No.
Carrier bag. I'll stick that on the channel. Imagine that all over the OnlyFans. Can you imagine?
Bias.
It was a beer. I don't know what you call it. A beer carrier bag. Beer bag.
Beer carrier bag.
A barrier bag.
Oh.
So it's got like in 6 individual sections for 6 individual bottles to go in.
Now that is the best bag I've ever heard of since Dick Whittington's little haversack.
It's a bit like you could put that over the stick at the end. Yeah. So they almost funny little story about that. Donna clocked the sign, free bag with every 6 beers or whatever, and I bought more than 6, and I bought them, and they started to put them in a plastic carrier bag, and the missus went, "May I interject there? The sign says, the fucking sign says, you get one of your free beer bags," and they were like, "Oh, yeah." They did seem a tad reluctant to want to part with it, but I mean. Fair.
If it's on a sign,
you asserted herself very well.
Exactly.
And I completely passed me by, and so that's if it wasn't for Donna, I wouldn't have my Hepworth beer bag, and I wouldn't be giving them free advertising when I'm using it as well.
Well, absolutely, So what would you rate? What would you rate the?
Well, I've since heard that they've shat on the microbreweries. Actually, they've signed up to that. I don't know.
Hiss.
Tax break thing that only big breweries are entitled to. So, I mean, it was quite commercial. It wasn't that friendly. We had the issue with the bag. I do like beers.
Bag.
I would say I'd give them 6.8 wobbly eggs.
Oh,
yeah. So still give them a try if you're in the area, but make sure you get your bloody bag.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You never guess where we went next. Another one in Sussex. There's a certain Mr. Banner who has
the tail of the banner.
The one and only Firebird. Yes.
One and only Firebird.
The one and only Firebird Brewery. We frequented them, and I wish I could tell you what beers I bought. I can't remember, but I bought this one that was like it was in a Magnum. Like a champagne Magnum, and you had to pop the. I can't remember what it's called.
Very
strong. It was strong. It was about 7.5% or something.
That's good.
Something to do with champagne as well. I'm sorry, I'm not being specific at all, but it was very nice. You would have definitely both liked it. They're really sort of diversifying with their range down at Firebird. I think that's maybe Mr. Banner's influence.
I believe so.
But yeah, nice, friendly people there. I mean, obviously it was just not a tap. The tap room was closed because of lockdown, and we couldn't go in. But I've been in the tap room before, and it's beautiful. You go up the stairs. It's like a chill out area. You got sofas, and it's a nice place to. And that's down at Rudgwick in Sussex, just over the border from Surrey.
That sounds lovely. That sounds really nice.
People, nice, friendly lady that served us, and lots of banter. You know,
they do a bit of grub there as well. Could you make a day of it?
Well, what I will say is they don't. Well, I think they might do at the tap room. They think they do like bar snacks. I'm not sure about veggie stuff. They definitely do the old stuff there.
Well, I'm a vegetarian, but you know.
However, a shout out to, and I believe it's called the Milk Churn. There is a like a little dairy spin-off like cafe on the same site, and I think it's called the Milk Churn or the Butter Churn even. And they sell, but basically they do cheese-based snacks. But the cheese is a cheese called Sussex Charmer, which is a cross between cheddar and parmesan. Sorry, I'm a cheese. So that's where you go for your snacks when you're down with the Firebird Brewery. You have the best cheese on toast you've ever had. No lie, it is banging. It is banging. Imagine that.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Can you envision?
Italian and English cheddar combination is beautiful. Yeah. So that's how you get.
Can you still hear me? Thank you, Gary. That was lovely.
Sorry, shall I just read them out? Otherwise, this will take forever.
Yeah, go for it. Read them out.
And
then maybe give us your favourite one at the end.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot.
That's what I'm doing. So after Firebird, we went to Hogsback Brewery in Surrey. And that was like a drive-through, and they had it sorted. So you drive through, get your beer,
love it.
Lean out your car, swipe the card reader, and off you go. So
fantastic.
We popped down after that to Anspac Hob Day.
That area.
I don't know if anyone knows Croydon at all, but it's on a brewery, not a brewery estate, an industrial estate, not far from IKEA, which is why we were there in IKEA. And we went to Anspac Hob Day, sat down in their tap room. That was great. It's a bit smaller than I thought it would be, but got some great booze on there.
That's somewhere I really want to try.
It's the Signal Brewery. We popped there as well. Very nice too. So two breweries side by side, just 5-minute walk from the tram stop. So well worth a visit. Then we went back down to Sussex. Went to the Broly Brewery, which is a weird name. However, it's because it's a husband and wife, and I've learned this because I've met them now, and they told me. The husband is called Brooke, the wife is called Holly. I put the names together, Broly, and that's why they.
Brilliant.
Very glib. Very glib.
Impeccably glib.
They are an amazing little brewery, again on an old farm, and they have Broly Fest. We went there twice. Went to Broly Fest. They had live music, live bands. It's brilliant. And predominantly their beers are really pale ales, and they do mainly like craft keg beers as well. So
very nice indeed.
We went to the Tillingbourne Brewery in Surrey. Just did a drive through there. We got out of the car and queued. And their sort of most famous beer, I think Iain likes, is Hop Troll. Very nice. Very nice. We got some Hop Troll, got takeout. I think I got a bottle of a sour they do called Surrey Sour.
Yes, That is super sour, that one as well.
Yeah. So it was not too sour for me because I've had more sour.
Nice.
It's just right, that, yeah.
Oh,
so
nice.
With the local farmer, I'll go into that another time. He told us what to do on his farm, blah, blah, blah. So we gave him a load of jip, and I told him not to talk to Donna the way he talked to her, and then we left.
Fair enough.
Then we went to the Dorking Brewery, which is no longer in Dorking, now in a little village called Capel. I think that's how you say it. Dorking Brewery is in Capel now.
Yeah, it's moved.
Yeah, they're brilliant. They're great. We went there. We went there last week actually. So I'm not going in the right order here, but yeah, they're great. Really good little brewery, and that's what I'm drinking of theirs now. Pilcrow Pale.
Lovely.
That does look very nice.
It's a nice one. Went to Sussex actually before Dorking Brewery. Went to Sussex. Went to the Langhan Brewery, which is a personal favourite of mine. And I would give them, I want to say 10 out of 10. I'm going to say 10. I love it.
Wow, wobble.
It's a
steam... Hang on, that's 10 wobbly eggs for the Langhan Brewery.
10 wobbly eggs out of 10 wobbly eggs.
Why, Gary? Why was that so good?
I love them. I love them as people. It's a husband and wife. It's been 15 years now since they started brewing.
Wow.
Again, similar sort of picture. It's on an old farm. Well, it's not on a farm. It's now like a mixed business place, but it's like really rural. They've got a courtyard. They do like loads of events. They do this thing in the autumn called Bonkers for Conkers. You literally go and you have conker competitions with people you've never met.
Oh, nice.
It's fun, but you know, you've got judges and everything. You have live music there. We've been to like live at Langham's quite a lot. They have live bands playing in the brewery.
Oh,
amazing! We've got to get down to Langham's.
Yeah, I think Langham's are.
They're in the South Downs National Park, and they support and they promote the South Downs National Park, which is a real nice thing to do. So yeah, that's why I like them. They are good eggs. They are really good eggs.
Damn. Well, that's the first. Ginger ales, 10 out of 10 wobbly eggs for a brewery.
10 out of 10. Then finally, my last brewery, local brewery, was in Reigate in Surrey. Not that I live anywhere near there.
No, of course not.
Brewery.
Lovely Pilgrim.
Up to the Pilgrim Brewery. And, they've been around a long time actually. They've been around since 1982.
Yeah.
But they've now under new ownership since about 5 years ago, and they've got more beers on.
Yeah. Oh, an exciting place down there. They've got lovely. It looks over that little cricket ground as well, doesn't it? Sometimes.
That's it. We watched some cricket while we were there. Yeah, very nice.
Lovely, very nice.
So yeah, they're all the breweries that I've been to over the last sort of near enough the last year. But I just have to mention. I know it's not breweries, but I've frequented. This is sort of a bit of a location giveaway, but
it's absolutely fine.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Hobbit's Real Ales down in Surrey.
Hobbit's Real Ales. If I had my camera working, I'd be even more excited. 4
or 5 times, I think, in the last more than that in the last year. But
they are unbelievable. Unbelievable.
A great place.
Had I been in a similar situation to you two, I would have been signing up to Beer 52 and
you don't need to. You can go there. You can go and choose your own stuff as well.
As you can tell, I haven't needed to sign up to anything because I can just drive down and obviously I'm not drinking.
Hop into Tim's, beautiful.
And the times that we have had a few, we've gone to these breweries on the train. And I just will mention the very last place I went to was the new Brighton beach bar called the Bison Beach Bar, which is the
Bison
bar.
Lovely.
Sat on the roof terrace and it was freezing, but it was just lovely to be by.
The pictures look absolutely amazing.
It looks some good times to see.
Well, I tell you what. I'll tell you what, they do not call you Beer Yoda for nothing, GBC. I went to no breweries during lockdown, I think. Well, I went to the Electric Bear in Bath 2 weeks ago, which was absolutely amazing.
Wow.
That sounds brilliant.
Other than that, Iain, you been to any breweries since lockdown?
Only made it to Surrey Hills.
You go to Surrey Hills
with me dad, who does his well for another time. We might go into my dad's escapades. We'll have to
get your dad on the show.
And I on another note on that,
I'm looking at you like you can see me. It's really annoying. I can't see you guys. Well, you can't see me.
I can see nothing, Bray.
It's really odd. Every time you speak, we just get the word.
I know. I keep trying to. It keeps going to start video, and it goes fail to start the video camera. So I'm really on my laptop, which is a little bit of a bugger. Think of me as the omnipotent narrator or the omnipresent narrator. But Gary, right? Well, I've got a lot of editing to do for this, but. Gary, that was unbelievable. No one has smashed lockdown like you. No one has come out of the other side of lockdown with more beer tales, more beer stories, and more breweries seen and beer drunk than you. And that's why you are Yoda, and that's why we love you, mate. So thank you very much. All the links to all those breweries will be in the description on our podcast when it goes out. Don't you worry about that. We want to spread some love to the local independent breweries that are really suffering at the moment. It's fantastic. They need your support. Even though I was banging on about Lidl, doesn't mean that's... Don't take it from me. I'm an idiot. You know, go and support your local breweries because absolutely they need all the help they get at the moment. So moving swiftly on to Iain, Len, McLennan, Activates. Now, we have, as part of our weird, strange life, we have an awards. Every year, we have an awards. They're called the Wattle and Daub Awards. We vote on insanity categories of things that have been going on the year. So what we'd like to do is we'd like to give you some of the... what the fuck am I talking about?
Categories, for
We do an awards show called the Wattle and Daub Awards. It's a very strange awards show about weird things that have happened throughout the year and very, very niche. But if you'd like to join us and perhaps get your nomination in or your vote for a category, we'd be intrigued to hear it. Iain, what is the category this month?
Well, I think we're starting off with something that, you know, in a way, we can all enjoy. This month's category is Best Picture Award.
Okay, you've chosen the one
picture that you think's gonna blow our minds. Get it in, it'll get a nom, and one day this year at the Wattle and Daub Awards, we will be voting on those pictures. And you, yes, you listening to this podcast, could win a Wattle and Daub Award.
Wow.
I mean,
get your pictures in,
and then you come to us.
Send us your pictures at Ginger Ales Pod or email us at gingerales64@gmail.com with your pictures. I think for clarity and to give you an idea of what you're working with, I'll put the pictures on the social media.
Absolutely.
Just for some context.
I mean, just to give you an idea, there was a picture of a boat, I think. There's a fox in a garden. It's all things to all men and women. Think about
high resolution, proper photography and all that.
Yeah, like
absolutely.
Like those artists that do paintings and that. But just lovely pictures. No, it's absolute insanity. But yes, so that's the Wattle and Daubs. Keep an eye out because we'll probably do a show on it at some point. It's a big deal in our strange little world. So, moving swiftly on to competition time. If you've enjoyed this show, and I don't know why you would have done, but if you did, big competition to come and have a pint with us all you have to do is send us an email or get on the socials, tell us where you live, and if we like it, you come and see us. And we'll take you out for a slap-up meal and one pint. And our favourite boozer, the Hope in Carshalton.
Absolutely.
Get to spend the evening with me, Lenny, and Dog the Bounty Hunter's son. Can you imagine that? I bet you're all foaming at the gabs.
Being force-fed as many hot pots as you can possibly imagine.
And I have it on great authority. They are absolutely banging hot pots. I don't have great authority. I mean, they're bloody brilliant. So we want to thank you all for listening today. We hope you enjoyed episode 1. It's A New Hope, or not A New Hope, is it? It's the other one. The Phantom
no sci-fi.
Menace. No sci-fi on this because it's bollocks. However, I've been the M-Man, he's been Len, and he's been Gary Boy Chapman. Thank you very much for listening, and look out for our next episode next month.
Yeah.
You got anything else you'd like to say?
No, just thanks very much, for getting to this bit, because
if you make it a lot of fun, sweet mother of pearl, perhaps we don't want to know you. Anyway, cheers from Ginger Ales Podcast, and we'll see you in a month.